Hello, and welcome to another update video about Link. Here on the Chainlink chart, we are currently, just watching if the price is in any way confirming a substantial low. What I can tell you is that we have no confirmation at this point, but I will tell you as well what we need to see and what do I need to see from an analysis and Elliott wave point of view to be able to confirm that a substantial low has formed. Based on our guidelines, what is it that the price needs to show us? What are the patterns that the price needs to form, and which are the levels that need to hold? Well, let's take a look at it. What we see on this chart is that there's still a potential for another low in the yellow scenario. Absolutely. So what we're tracking here is the potential ABC structure in the yellow count. I was considering that maybe this here would be a wave 4 bounce. It is too large for a wave 4. It certainly is too large for a wave 4, but it could form some kind of a, not an ABC, but a WXY structure, maybe in the yellow B wave or something. This is possible. The yellow count will only be invalidated with a break above $17.73, which means also that this is really the main level that needs to be broken to the upside in order to confirm that a substantial low has formed. But what would help as well is a 5-wave move up, as shown in blue. Now, I'm not convinced yet that a substantial low has formed. Absolutely not convinced at this point. What I am tracking is a so far very choppy move to the upside. At best, from a bullish point of view, and that's the blue count, the blue scenario, at best, this is a so-called diagonal pattern. But, if you follow our channel regularly, and if you're familiar with Elliott waves, then you know that diagonal patterns cannot really be trusted. What we need to see for a confirmation a low is in is a 5-wave move up. I've got an ABC structure in wave 1, I've got a wave 2, I've got an ABC structure in wave 3, I've got a wave 4 and the 5. So the wave 3 is likely still unfolding. That's pretty much the same wave count that I'm tracking for Bitcoin at the moment to suggest that a low is in. Obviously, as you can see, we're only halfway there. It still needs the C wave in wave 3 and another 4-5 pattern. So this is too early to really confirm a substantial low is in place. What we need to see is that the market holds above the orange micro support area there, which is currently located between $13.59 and $14.37. Why is it relevant? Because this is a standard Fibonacci support area for a B wave pullback. This is relevant because a B wave shouldn't normally break below the 78.6 retracement, at least not on a sustained basis. Okay, so a pullback into that area is okay. I'm also tracking here this trend line. Okay, I'm tracking here this trend line. Any reaction to the trend line that is potentially impulsive, any reaction here within the support zone would be an indication that the C wave up has started, or at least the next leg up. So as you can see, we're far away from confirming that a substantial low is formed, but any reaction here and a break above this A wave high that formed around $15.18 would be a step further into the right direction of confirming that potentially a substantial low has formed. But we still need that 4-5 pattern eventually. At the moment, this here is considered a 3-wave pullback so far. So I'm considering this to be a B wave pullback, which might get a few more downside squiggles. And I would pay attention here to the trend line. And there are additional levels here: $14.14, $13.91, $13.59 as additional support to watch potentially. Any reversal here would be an indication that the C wave up has started. Where should that C wave take us? Impossible to say now because the B wave hasn't bottomed. I can give you a target for wave C once the B wave has bottomed. What we can do, though, based on the initial 1-2 setup, which by the way is also an ABC structure, that wave 1, based on the initial 1-2 setup, we can calculate standard targets for the third wave. And what we do, we take the length of circle wave 1, we go to the low of circle 2, and an ideal target would actually be $17.77. Not sure if we get there, but that's the 1.38 extension. And normally a third wave needs to get there to be considered a viable third wave. But we'll see. This seems quite high to me. So I'm not sure if we really get there. I'd already be happy with $17.23 for a third wave. But these are standard FIB levels. And then also what we must pay attention to is the 100% extension at 1638. So yeah, not great proportions here. that means something is off. That C wave would need to be really extended to get to 1777. Important also, this is obviously resistance up there anyway, around that 1770 area. Yeah, so I think with that, I mean, all the levels are clear. The risk for another move down is not off the table. And actually, should we see any 5-wave move down, this would be a major warning. Yeah. In the blue count, there shouldn't be any 5-wave move down at this point. That's the update about a link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.